Well, Harry wrote a heartfelt letter to Her Majesty the Queen. And the question is, how much hypocrisy can you fit in one sheet of paper? The answer is yes, as you're about to find out. Welcome back, my Body Language buddies. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Body Language guy, and it would be great if you join us by just liking this video, subscribing, and hitting that bell. Let's get down to it. I am not gonna read the complete letter because that will be torture for anyone in this planet. Trust me, you would throw up a bit in your mouth. I threw up a bit in my mouth reading this, but I'm always willing to take one for the team and read this kind of things so you don't have to. So let's get started and butcher this to the last word. Number 1. Celebrating the life. He opens his letter with these words: in celebrating the life of my grandmother. But he couldn't bother to visit her. You know that they were in the UK, the Queen was in Balmoral, and what? Meghan Markle, Prince Harry refused to see Queen Elizabeth as they returned to UK because they had nothing to do on Wednesday, September 7th, one day before the Queen died. But they did not even bother. And this is a great example when one says that actions speak louder than words, especially if those words come too late. But that's nothing compared to number 2, reference to the passing of Prince Philip. The passing of her husband, Prince Philip. Yeah, I know it sounds a bit impersonal, but he calls Prince Philip Grandpa a bit later in this letter. But the problem is mentioning his passing, because you remember which other event they did, created, published, aired with no remorse on those dates, right? So how is it possible that Harry is so cynical that he mentions Prince Philip's passing with all that was involved at that time? Oh, and by the way, Oprah wants nothing to do with that interview. CBS Mornings, that is today, Oprah tells Gayle King that she didn't set out to do a bombshell interview when she sat down with Prince Harry and Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. I was as surprised by the bombshell as everyone else. Now, that's why I always suggest you that you should be following me on my Twitter account. I'm just here to remind that Oprah opened that interview with "no topic is off limits." She wanted it to be a bombshell, but she wasn't prepared for the bunch of mega lies exploding on her face. Girl, you have enough experience with, well, everything in media. You are a media mogul. Don't you know that you have to do your due diligence to, I don't know, avoid getting sued? And I had to include this pearl. When Gayle King asks Oprah about the rift between Harry and William, she answers, "I try to stay out people's family business." And also Oprah in that interview, "Whoa, and you're not going to tell me who had the conversation?" Yeah, the conversation about Archie's skin color. Isn't that people's family business? And great remark by J.E. May. And why is Oprah gaslighting us about the interview now? Is she wrangling for an invitation to the funeral, which will be followed by another interview with Meghan attacking the royal family? Well, I think both Oprah and not Meghan realize that the royal family's influence and popularity in the US is much deeper and resilient than they first thought. They mess up with their blow, one for lying, the other for enabling the liar. Now Oprah's jumping ship by playing nice. Number 3, Harry continues. She was globally admired and respected. Well, guess who didn't admire nor respect her? Because of course you remember that Prince Harry files his second lawsuit against UK government and Scotland Yard over a decision to ban him from paying for police protection in Britain. And you might be asking, what does this have to do with the Queen? It has to do everything. I made a video that you can find in the link in the description when you can see the complete outline and how this lawsuit was only smearing the Queen. It was making her like responsible for that when she has nothing to do with that decision, and much less now. Now, Harry did it anyway without caring about the consequences and how people were going to feel about his grandmother and her non-responsibility about this. Number 4, one classic, Granny and Grandpa. Oh, Harry, you are pulling at heartstrings. I wonder who taught you that. And thanks for this tweet at the last minute by Jess Wood. This was Meghan when the Queen's husband was on his deathbed. They caused his final days to be filled with stress and upset, unforgivable. Exclusive! What's done is done. Friends of Meghan say she would never postpone tell-all Oprah interview and claim Palace is using Prince Philip's health as an excuse to keep her muscled. And Harry allowed this to happen. Then you don't have the right to say grandma and grandpa anymore. Number 5, thank you for your advice that I happily ignored. What advice? The main advice of the Queen has always been never complain, never explain. And if something characterizes you is complaining about everything. Case in point. The point of where my family literally cut me off financially. For God's sake, Harry, grow a pair. Number 6. We now honor my father in his new role as King Charles III. Oh, now you love King Charles? That's convenient. Because I remember that in Meghan's The Cut interview, she was explicit about this. Harry said to me, I lost my dad in this process. But of course, you and your PR firm began scrambling to say, how can we fix this? We need the clout of the royal family. We cannot cut the ties like this. So you were quick to spin this as a misinterpretation. A quote about Prince Charles from Meghan Markle's new The Cut interview was misinterpreted. Harry, please, I'm sure you can try better than that. Number 7, hug your beloved great-grandchildren. Well, I'm gonna say this. I don't think this Lily meets Lily ever happened. And I know I'm going to get a lot of flack about this. People saying that, well, it was affirmed, said by royal sources. It's not official, but it actually happened because someone says so. But in this business, if there's no pic, it never happened. And there are people claiming that you don't owe us any kind of photograph, and I disagree because they seem to forget that Lilibet is on the line of succession. So yeah, we have kind of the right to that picture. But well, let's say that I'm wrong. I can be wrong. Maybe Lilibet meets Lilibet actually happened. Okay, it did happen. Then the story must be true that the Queen refused for you to take the picture so you could monetize it and offer a royal photographer to take the picture, which you could not monetize. And you refused that offer. You went as far as saying, we don't want any picture if we cannot monetize it. You are realizing that even if this event did happen, you were left in a very bad position. Oh, I'm sorry, Harry. I forgot that I was not talking to the one in charge. But well, number 8, let's add a bit of nostalgia too. Meeting you for the first time as my commander-in-chief. Yeah, simpler times, a long time ago. We remember those days. What happened to that? What happened to the honor you must have learned in the military? What happened to the honor the Queen thought you had learned and assimilated there? Where did it go? Because everyone knows that you're about to sell your family for $20 million. That's the price of betraying your family. Where's the honor in that? And finally, number 9, a final stretch. We too smile. Wait, what? When was the last time we saw you smile, Harry? Well, never mind. Let me help you with that. This is a good example of the last time we saw you smile. There's a common denominator in these pictures that I still cannot tell exactly what it is, but I'm sure I'll find the answer soon enough. But yeah, you are not smiling now, Harry. We haven't seen you smiling in a while. But maybe you can smile with this final meme by Meghan's Mole. The wife wrote the letter while Harry was drawing in the corner. Thanks Meghan's Mole for that. And you look like you're going for maximum effort. If there's anything else you found in this letter and I forgot to mention, then you can point that right in the comments. My Body Language buddies, my name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Body Language guy, and until we meet in another video or another live, remember, much love and bliss.